Before we get into this, just want to make sure, even if the title is going to be related in YouTube to something of Blue Archive versus Nikkei, this is not the Blue Archive community. It's one dude, right? One dude on Twitter. This is not the whole Blue Archive community, nor does it represent them. But I thought it was pretty funny, so we can go over this. Our friend Gacha Aloha. No offense to Nikkei fans, but I'm pretty sure you don't exist. The game reeks of investor bait. The ads look like they're for a game that doesn't exist. Half of the characters are weird knockoff, and its guest characters, Chainsaw Man, have no soul compared to BA. I am wrong. Now, once again, this doesn't represent the whole Blue Archive community. This is a Blue Archive player. He was just comparing doujins. He was just comparing doujins, right? And so he got into this argument. And at first I thought it was like a joke, right? I thought, okay, maybe this is joking, but he doubled down on the comment. So we can go in. It could be peak, and I could just not be aware. I want to be wrong. It just reeks of being like botted. Like a tweet with 30k likes and 10 replies. Now I'm gonna say this. Blue Archive is pretty popular, but Nikkei is more popular. You can like the game or you can hate it. Nikkei is a newer game, but it's making more numbers than most gachas. And that's not like something to even brag about, but I think it's just stupid thinking it's a botted game because you see a game being popular just because it's newer than yours, right? It makes no sense. Or just because you see that it has only 100 doujins, you think it's not popular. Just because there is not enough hentai of Nikkei, you think it's not popular? That's it, right? That's it. He has a couple of things in here. So it pretty much sounds like you've never played the game. And this is coming from someone that loves both games. I haven't. I just assume it was not real and ought have finished investor bait cash grab, which is supported by its huge income numbers but the ghost town of a community. Kind of funny. I just think he doesn't know what he's talking about, which is fine. But what you mean by huge income numbers but the ghost town of a community? I think he just saw like a random post for Nikkei on Twitter with maybe not a lot of engagement, and he was like, oh, this is a botted account. Like maybe he was checking the backgrounds, which usually have less comments instead of the other stuff or these ones. But I don't know, like what is he expecting from Twitter? Or how is he measuring the success of a game by a Twitter reply on the account? I don't know. Feels stupid. And he has a couple more comments like, can't judge popularity of a game based on how many doujins. I didn't know that's what this was of the time of fasting. I was generally expressing I've never really heard people talk about the game. So you don't even know what this original post was about. Okay. All right. Oh, this one. I love Nikkei, just more popular with Asian players than Western ones, I think. I mean, selected it just sets off all of my scam detectors. How is this setting your scam detectors? How is Nikkei setting off your scam detectors? It's literally the same as every other gacha. It's a rail shooter instead of the chibi 3D combat, which you have on Blue Archive. Now, something I don't really understand is why is he doubling down on this? And he made another post, by the way. He made another post. Then someone is comparing just numbers in terms of revenue, which we don't really care. Okay. His response was pretty good to this one as well, right? We don't exist. Sorry, but this is an insane take. Nikkei is barely older than a year, and just look at the success it gains. That even more than Blue Archive, considering Blue Archive didn't explode in popularity right from the start. And then he says, botted Chinese investor money laundering scheme. Again, you can have a bad take, and it's completely fine. But when you are talking without actually just using Google for 2 seconds, right? Using Google for 2 seconds, it makes not a lot of sense. Now, to his credit, and not to just hate on him because there is nothing to hate, right? It's just someone uninformed. He actually made another thread, which is this one right here. So he was quoting his own thread and saying, this was controversial, huh? In the end, I'm more confused than when I started. It's more popular in Asia. It's not popular with the Japanese. A story is Kino, or a story is generic. It's a greedy game, and it's not Chinese. It's only owned by Tencent. At least it's real. Kind of doubles down, and then he also say, oh, it was controversial, guys, but I'm more confused because you didn't explain properly. So let's go one by one, right? So it's more popular in Asia, just like every single gacha, unless you're talking about Western fantasy, aka Raid Shadow Legends. Any gacha is more popular in Asia, even Blue Archive, okay? So the one you play as well, that's retarded. It's the same, right? It's not popular with the Japanese. Japanese is the biggest market for Nikkei, counting for, last time we checked, I think it was like a 60% of the total revenue for the whole Nikkei. So that's, I will say kind of popular. Kind of popular. Story is generic. I'm not going to talk about here. You all know I am the master story skipper. I don't care about story. I just want to collect cute characters. And then the last, it's a greedy game. I think both Blue Archive and Nikkei are generous or semi-generous for gacha standards, I will say. Both of them, you can accumulate a lot of pulls, right? So I will not complain too much in that regard. The funny one is it's not Chinese, it's only owned by Tencent. Once again, I may have contributed to spreading misinformation about this stuff. I'm sorry. I already privated all of my old videos. All right. It's not owned. Tencent has a percentage on this. And then Blue Archive, it's owned by Nexon. Like, if you want to compare Nexon to Tencent, I'm going to be honest, there is no difference. Nexon, it's garbage. It's trash. It belongs in the trash with Tencent, both of them together, right? So there is no difference. Just a reminder that Nexon is right now on a lawsuit because they manipulated gacha rates for years on multiple games. So just saying, right? Both companies are not really that good. Not that good. So this doesn't matter. He keeps going though. I also like to know that this was a polite discussion, but a Chinese investor money laundering scheme. I mean, you can say you were wrong and it's fine. We all have L takes. I've had my L takes. When Blank came out, when Bunny Girls came out, you know what I said? That Blank was gonna be a shit unit. That was my L take. Right? You can be wrong. It's fine. You can be wrong, but don't be like, oh, this was a polite discussion. It was not, you fucker. You're saying this is a botted Chinese scam investor. What the fuck do you mean a polite discussion? Right? What it does right, what it does wrong. Is it fun? How's the story? When did you ask this? He literally says, no offense to Nikkei fans, but I'm pretty sure you don't exist. This reeks of investor bait. And the characters have no soul compared to BA. I am wrong. Like, what is the polite discussion? All right. Then the tweet reached Nikkei fans and they got very defensive. This is not about being defensive. This is about having a retarded take and then doubling down instead of apologizing. Not even apologizing. You don't have to apologize for it. You can say you are wrong without apologizing. All right. Just get it out of the way. And the last thing he says, BA, best community, no contest. I'm not gonna get into this. You like Blue Archive, enjoy your fucking game. You like Nikkei, enjoy your game. You like both, like a lot of you here in chat, play both. That's completely fucking fine. It's a gacha at the end of the day, right? One more thing, if your metric for quality of a game, especially a gacha, it's based on income numbers, I think you might genuinely be stupid. What are you? An investor. Our game is well made with horrible pull rates. It's on a different level than your trash. Reminder that this is, by the way, a polite discussion. Reminder that this is a polite discussion, right? But, just saying. These fucking people, I swear to God. Once again, you enjoy Blue Archive, enjoy Blue Archive. You enjoy Nikkei, enjoy Nikkei. Not using Google. Not even using... Okay, let's do this. I think I actually did this earlier. Discord. Discord. The Nikkei server has like 500,000 people, I believe, or around that trademark, or between 300 to 500. I don't remember the specific number, but it's more than 300. 157. How don't you just go to the official community? No, I don't want to join. How don't you just go here? No, not creator channels. You cannot see it. And just check if it's bait or not. But once again, you can have this, and it's completely fine. You can have this take, and it's completely fine. What I think is completely stupid is doubling down, being actually aggressive, and then saying, oh, guys, this was just, a polite discussion on if the game is good or bad, while telling people these risks, of botted Chinese investor money laundering. So, just wanted to showcase this thread. Gacha Aloha, no hate to you, my brother. This is a shit take. Again, we don't know each other. No hate. Shit take. You can backpedal if you have an L take. It's fine to be wrong. You don't have to apologize to nothing. Enjoy whatever game you guys like. Be it Blue Archive, be it Nikkei, be it fucking Raid Shadow Legends. What is my Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship, by the way? That said, well, you can say goodbye because we're going to move into the next drama of today. Which is
天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。